I do not create these stories myself. These are incidents written by people with trembling hands and sent to me. Some events are so terrifying that while narrating them, the voice begins to shake, and some are so haunting that remembering them steals your sleep. If you have a story to share, you can find my WhatsApp number and email in the description. Let's move to today's incidents. If you are brave, listen. If you are scared, recite Ayatul Kursi now, because it is said that when we mention these entities, they take interest and come closer to us. Let's begin.
My name is Shabnam. I cannot reveal my city or identity, but I will share what happened to me. I remember a night from my childhood, back in our old house. I was 5 or 6 years old. I had a recurring dream. I am inside a maze, a strange labyrinth with a roof over it. Behind me, a beast is chasing me. It looks like a bull, but terrifying. Its body is covered in open wounds, dripping with blood. I run desperately. Sometimes he finds me, sometimes he doesn't, but when he gets too close, I wake up. Even today, that dream haunts me. Later, we built a new house right in front of the old one. My father installed a rope swing for me. While swinging there alone, I would hear someone whisper my name. I felt a presence. They didn't scare me then, they just made me feel I wasn't alone. Time passed. I was in the 9th grade. My parents were teachers, so they would lock the house and leave for work. I stayed in one room. I would hear voices from the other room calling me. Through my side vision, I often saw a short-heighted woman and 2 small children standing in the doorway. One afternoon, I saw my father in his khaki uniform. He walked out of a room, moving towards the veranda. But he wasn't walking. He was floating slightly above the ground. I called out, "Abu, you're back!" I ran outside, but the gate was locked from the inside. There was no one there. After my father passed away, things got worse. One night, I felt sharp nails scratching the sole of my foot. My heart pounded in my chest. I didn't open my eyes, but I felt the hands. They were very small. I lay there frozen until the scratching stopped. Then came the most terrifying night of my life. It was winter. The connecting door between the rooms creaked open. I heard a sound, drag, drag, like someone shuffling their feet towards me. The entity stopped by my bed. I felt the mattress sink. Someone sat down. Cold, icy hands brushed my hair and touched my face. Then it leaned in and whispered something in my left ear in a heavy, unknown language. I was sweating in fear. Months later, in the summer, I was sleeping in the courtyard under a mosquito net. Suddenly, the net was ripped open. An immense pressure crushed my chest. I couldn't breathe. I started reciting Kalma in my mind. The bed spun violently, and then the weight vanished. One night, I woke up to a heavy weight on my chest again. I opened my eyes and saw my sister sitting on top of me. But my sister was in Islamabad. This creature, it had deep cuts on its face, dripping with blood. It smiled a terrifying smile. I screamed, "If you want to kill me, just do it." I grabbed its hands and recited Ayatul Kursi. It let out a scream and vanished into thin air. I am now a research student. Even at my university lab around 4 p.m., I feel I am not alone. I have seen a black shadow pass by. I even managed to take a picture of it, which I have sent to you. I still live in that house, but I have made a verbal pact with them. I stood there and said, "You live here, and let us live here too. We will not harm you, do not harm us." Since then, things are somewhat peaceful.
My name is Haroon. In 2015, my father returned from Saudi Arabia and we bought a house in Karachi. The previous owner was leaving because his healthy 3-year-old son had died mysteriously. He fell into a bucket of water, a bucket that barely had enough water to drown a child. It looked like someone had held him down. We moved in. A month later, a neighbor banged on our door. She yelled, "Stop your children from throwing stones at our roof. My sick mother is trying to sleep." We were confused. All the kids were at school. One morning, my mother saw me running downstairs in my sleep towards my aunt's portion. She followed me, but found no one there. When she came back upstairs, I was sound asleep in my bed. Then, the poltergeist activity began. Paper stuffed in locks, glass dishes breaking on their own, doors opening and shutting. It became a daily routine. My aunt came to visit. She woke up for Fajr prayer and saw a child standing by the cupboard. His hands were on the door, but his head was twisted all the way back, laughing at her. We called a religious scholar. He gave us holy water to sprinkle around the house. We did. The next morning, everywhere a drop of water had fallen, there was a drop of fresh blood. We called my grandfather, a very pious man from Baluchistan. He said he would handle it. He decided to spend the night alone on the roof, performing an exorcism. He forbade anyone from coming up. At 2 a.m., we heard heavy footsteps on the roof. We heard an old woman screaming and children crying. We were terrified, but stayed downstairs as instructed. At 7 a.m., we went up. The sight was horrific. My grandfather was dead. His body lay twisted, bones broken, as if he had been thrown from a 10-story building, but he was just on the roof. We decided to leave. While packing, my father heard kids running on the roof calling my name. He went up. Silence. He came down. The noise started again. That night, my father went to the roof to smoke. He saw her. An old woman, wrapped tightly in a burial shroud, standing there. He tried to recite Ayatul Kursi, but his mind went blank. The entity ran towards him and passed right through his body like a cold wind. He came downstairs without a word. The next morning, he had suffered a severe stroke. He was paralyzed on his left side. We left that house immediately. A new family moved in. Within 1 week, the head of that family died of heart failure in the exact same bathroom where the little boy had drowned.
I have been listening to your channel since 2024. I have 2 stories. The first happened in a new house near Seaview. During a housewarming party, my father was praying. While in sajda, prostration, he felt a human toe touch his hand. He looked up. No one was there. Later, my little uncle urinated in the garden. Suddenly, smack! An invisible hand slapped him so hard it left a red mark on his back. A maid poured dirty water onto an old bird cage in the yard. She was immediately slapped by an invisible force and heard a whisper, "You are doing wrong." A scholar later told us that a family of Jinn lived on that cage. We left them alone and they never bothered us again. The second story is from the 2020 lockdown. My friends and I were watching a horror movie on a laptop in my friend's lawn. We heard knocking on the window. We thought it was my friend's dad, Sajjad, pranking us. But after his dad went to sleep, the knocking continued every 15 minutes. The next morning, we found a heavy mirror broken, but it wasn't near the wall. It was smashed in the center of the room, as if someone carried it there and threw it down. A wise elder told us, when you watch horror movies and get scared, your immunity drops. You attract these things. The entity had come to watch with us and broke the mirror because it reflected a religious plaque. My final story is from Jhelum. There is a massive abandoned haveli built on top of a graveyard. Despite warnings, my cousins and I went there for a BBQ. I went to fetch water. On the stairs, I saw a 4-year-old boy in a blue shirt run past me. Later, I felt someone running right behind me. I ignored it. During the BBQ, I heard footsteps upstairs. I went to check. A bedroom door opened on its own. Inside, I saw a woman sitting on the bed. My blood ran cold. I ran downstairs. The lights started flickering. The BBQ grill was knocked over by an invisible force. We realized we had to leave, now. As we ran, a voice whispered, "Don't look back." I looked. Standing there was a woman, 15 feet tall, pitch black skin, white eyes, facial hair, and wearing heels. She warned us never to return. I fell violently ill with a fever that only broke when we left the city. Even now, back in the UK, I hear dishes moving and footsteps in my apartment.
So friends, those were today's stories. Which one terrified you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't heard the previous episodes, go check them out now. Take care of yourselves. Remember us in your prayers. Bye-bye.